can't pass up talking about the biggest college basketball game of the first week and change. Number 9 in the entire country, the University of North Carolina Tar Heels at the number 1 ranked Kansas Jayhawks. Tomorrow night, Friday night action. This is, I don't know if it was set up this way, if UNC had the forethought to be here, but they're going to test their biggest weakness with the hardest, most difficult possible test for that weakness in the second game of the year. We've been talking about it. We're not unique in talking about it, but anyone that covers the Tar Heel basketball team, concern is post play on the perimeter. I mean, it starts with R.J. Davis, but then you got guys that can run and shoot and play make with anyone in the country out there on the perimeter, and freshman 5-stars that are going to be adding to that. Whether they are a legit national title contender or not will come down to how well their big guys can battle with elite big men around the country in those top-tier games. I'm not worried about it against a middle-of-the-road conference team. I'm not worried about it against, anyone that's maybe bottom half or bottom third of the top 25. It's when you get into the true elite teams, if they've got their stud post player, how in the heck is UNC going to deal with that? Well, in the second game of the year, tomorrow night, they face the best returning big man in the country in Hunter Dickinson. Kansas is ranked number 1 in the country, so they're number 1 as a team. But Hunter Dickinson is preseason All-American on just about every list. He has postseason All-American honors in his past. He has stats to back it up. And he is listed at 7 feet 2 inches tall and 265 pounds. The biggest player on UNC is Jalen Washington, and he is listed as 4 inches shorter and 30 pounds lighter than Hunter Dickinson. You may say,
and I think about 9 years is younger.
Well played. He was also born when Hunter Dickinson was learning to ride a bike, which is only kind of a joke. It is a joke, though. Jalen, and that's the biggest player. Jalen Washington isn't the only one that's going to be asked to guard Hunter Dickinson at different times. It will be Jalen Withers. It might be Van Allen Lubin. There's other guys that are smaller in stature that will be asked to guard Hunter Dickinson. Now, that's not like guaranteed a huge problem, right? We've lived in modern basketball enough to see the Draymond Greens of the world guard guys that are 6, 7, 8 inches taller than him with pure will and fiery attitude. Like we know that guys can guard above their size. We just don't really know if UNC has those guys. UNC in their opener against Elon, right? I mentioned Kansas is their second game of the year. In their opener against Elon, they did win the rebounding battle against Elon, which you would expect. You would have expected the difference to be greater than 43 rebounds to 40 rebounds. Right, if you're North Carolina and you recruit at a North Carolina level and you're playing Elon who recruits at an Elon level, you probably want to win the rebounding battle by more than 3. And by the way, that was a close game. It's not like, UNC was making all their shots, so who cares? No, Elon was leading with 6.5 minutes to play in the game. UNC won by 3. You put together that same rebounding effort, you might lose by 25 against a team like Kansas with their size, and again, headlined by Hunter Dickinson. So I don't know if it was intentional, but either way, we're going to find out about North Carolina's big men tomorrow. And it's not like the NBA where, hey, this big thing we were worried about, turns out it's going to be a big problem. Let's go trade 9 first-round picks for a big off the whatever team stinks now. Let's go get the Cavs. Cavs don't stink anymore. That's Detroit. Let's go get Detroit's best rebounder. How many late firsts and lottery protected firsts will it take to get the best rebounder off Detroit? UNC can't do that. They can't say oh gosh, we just got smoked by Hunter Dickinson. Let's go take the best player off of Boston College, or let's go get Raynaud from Stanford. Can't do that. Raynaud's a 7-footer from Stanford. So I'm excited to learn about UNC basketball tomorrow night.